So Molly, you've been here now for a couple of days, and now what do you take from this trip? What's the thing you liked about it most?
I don't even know where to begin. It has been amazing from the moment we arrived, except for our lost luggage. But after that, to the time now that we're about to go home, it's been such of course it's beautiful and majestic and like nothing we see where I live. Maybe in Colorado, not so much in the Midwest. But it's been fabulous meeting the students. That was really, I mean, this is wonderful and new, but our goal was to be here and meet these students and get to know them face to face, and that's been a delight. I'm so happy to have met all of these kids. And then to see how YFU Switzerland does your orientation camp, it's different than what I expected, and I've loved it, and I've learned a lot from it. I think YFU Switzerland seems to focus a lot more in this orientation camp on like the deeper feelings within a student and like introspectively, how are you going to handle your year, and talking about values and what you're willing to keep and what you're willing to leave behind for a year, and in what ways are you willing to adapt. And so, you know, at our orientation in Washington, we talk more about the practical things, right? But here you're preparing them for that massive cultural shift and that life-changing experience. And I also have to tell you, I love that you use former students to really be the leaders, because the kids seem to really connect with them and open up better with them. And then if those leaders share their experiences, which are so diverse, and many of them in very traditional, typical, smaller communities, it helps the students, I think, to change their expectations and not expect New York or LA or Dallas, but instead to realize that being in a smaller school is a great thing, and you'll make more friends. And so I've just loved all of that.
Yeah, and I have to add also, it was a pleasure having you here, and you know, we profited also so much from your experience and from your input. You gave so much of yourself into it also, and you know, it's really great to have your perspective also included. And I think also, for example, the meeting with the interview coordinator yesterday was also something that, you know, they don't usually have this feedback of, you know, our partners, you know, they see what the effect is of their interview, of their you know, selection process, and you know how you appreciate also their input.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm glad that session was helpful. I know it was a last minute little gathering, but I think we learned a lot from each other, and hopefully they now have a few more tips and tricks of things they can, or ways to answer students when they ask some of those tricky questions about the U.S. But for me also, just spending time with YFU Switzerland staff has been fabulous. As we've said from the beginning, FLAG and YFU in general, we share some DNA, right? We have the same mission. We are all doing it for the same reasons. The differences are so small, but they're still important, and they have to be discussed. And spending time doing that with leadership and staff, I just think, I think we are going to profit so much for so long because of this one simple 3-day visit. So thank you for being so hospitable.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks.